Here on Sunday morning, and we got Paula and Lisa here in the house, and we're going to talk about all sorts of things. Of course, Lisa, well known throughout the Valley for Valley promotions. It's not Valley.
Yep, Valley
Promotions. That's right.
Correct. Yeah.
But Paul, before we even begin, I want you to tell us about a little something about what Lisa got on Monday.
This past Monday at the Center for Performing Arts in Concord, Lisa Dufault in Valley Promotion was the recipient of the Spirit of New Hampshire Award, and I am so thrilled for her, as were the 11 other of us that went to celebrate. We had a wonderful time. It was a magnificent event, and we couldn't be any happier for Lisa. She's worked so hard for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
So let's give a quick overview of what Valley Promotions is all about.
Basically, Valley Promotions is a way for all of the local nonprofits to collaboratively get out their information and hold events. We've got about 200 local nonprofits that send us information on a regular basis. We do the newsletter. We have a show on another channel, but that's okay. We share the wealth. Anything we can do to promote the local nonprofits and their activities. That's what we're about.
And so you do a print newsletter, plus you also do an email newsletter.
We do.
That arrives, and I'm amazed how often it arrives in my mailbox. So it tells you that you've been working hard. Yeah.
Yeah, we do every 2 weeks.
And so the whole key is to let people know. And of course, there's probably a lot of nonprofits. There's ones that everybody knows about, but then there's a lot of, I don't want to say littler ones. That's the wrong way of saying it. But less known, and they all have a very valuable part of the Mount Washington Valley.
But even the bigger ones, it's amazing how many people are not aware of them happening. It's people say to me, "Oh, it's too bad we don't have an organization that does this." And it's like, but we do. We do, and it's really amazing. So that's part of what we're trying to do, is get the word out about all of them.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And so you have a fun thing and an interesting thing coming up this week, the scholarship fair.
We always try to do different stuff. That's part of the key. And we've been in talks with Dollars for Scholars for a couple of years, actually, about this concept of putting together a scholarship fair that would happen early. The scholarship information through the high schools usually goes out after they get back for Christmas break.
Right.
And people start to freak out. Oh my gosh, this has got to be in 2 months. What do I do?
Right.
And the whole idea was, if we did it early and really pushed the local scholarships that they don't know about necessarily, it would be really great for everybody involved. The people that give the money, the people who are looking for the money. So in a nutshell, that's what we decided would be a great help to everyone.
And the thing is that there's a lot of organizations that do give out scholarships.
Yes.
And I've been to the scholarship night at the high school, and I'm amazed at the number of them. And ones you kind of expect scholarships from, and ones you don't, and ones that are very broad, and ones that are very specific. So there's really a lot of opportunity. So what's going to happen at the fair?
Basically, we have about just over a dozen.
At this point,
that are set up that present scholarships, and the people, and it does not have to be just kids in school. Their parents are welcome. There are also some for people who are already in college, and for adults who are returning to school.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool thing, and they will come in and they will just get to meet one-on-one with the people representing that scholarship. To talk about what the scholarship is, how much it is, who's eligible, and how to go about signing up for it.
Yeah.
So that's in a nutshell.
And one of the things about scholarships, and I know there's people, and you hear about it, you hear from high school students, oh, well, that's only a $50 scholarship. But you know what? If you get enough $50 scholarships,
that's a lot of money.
Every $50 helps with books or any other expenses that you have. And these are organizations that want. They're giving the money.
Right. They want people to apply.
Free money, come and get it.
Right. Exactly. So it's one of those things that I don't want to say it's easy for the students, but it really is easy for the students to apply for them and to get the money. So finding out ahead of time gives everybody a little bit of a heads up.
And applying for scholarships and just going down the road about finding out about them can be a very overwhelming and very frightening experience. And this is a very intimate, one-on-one, meet the people that are giving out scholarships. It can break down that barrier of I don't even know how to start.
Right, the intimidation.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's really cool that both Freiburg Academy, well, actually Freiburg Academy, Kennett High School, and the community school are very excited about this, and you're looking for ways that they can help to make this a really good experience.
Well, that's great. And of course, as you said, this is only the first one.
Right.
I mean, a year from now, I mean, there'll probably be a plethora of different organizations that come out to this.
Yeah, and I think some of them are waiting to see how it goes. But everybody that's responded has been really excited. So, we would love for it to do nothing but grow.
That's right. And so it's at the community center.
It is from 6 to 8 on Wednesday night, November the 19th. There will be some light refreshments, including, this always gets them in, cupcakes from Beth Cartadolan. Sugar Maker Bakery is
there you go.
Yes, that always gets them in. But there's going to be some other stuff, but that's always the selling feature is Beth's Cupcakes.
That's right.
And we do, the scholarship organizations that are coming in are just very varied. We've got, like the Red Park and Dewey Mark Scholarship, which is about skiing.
Yeah.
And then we've got like Believe in Books, which is all literacy, and that's for people who volunteer with Believe in Books. So it's a good opportunity to sign up to volunteer as well.
Right.
Based on this whole fair, we decided that we should really create a scholarship based on volunteerism. So Valley Promotions will be awarding a scholarship based on that.
That's great.
So, because that's what we're all about.
Right.
And the local Masonic Lodge gives away 5 scholarships every year. Who else have we got? Miss Mount Washington Valley Teen, of course, every year gives over $2,000 in scholarship money. So a couple of new ones. We've got the Gage McHugh Scholarship, which is for the alternative programs at Freiburg Academy. And so we're encouraging everybody who's involved in a scholarship or in any type of secondary education, post-secondary education, to come check it out.
Well, that's great, and I know as a parent, it would be nice to be able to get your student on that track of kind of thinking about that process, because like you say, all of a sudden you get that packet, and all of a sudden everything's due. I'm just saying February 1st. They're not all due February 1st.
Right, but some of them are.
But now the pressure is to get 20 of them completed in 3 days. And if you start the process now, maybe you do one a week for 20 weeks, and then you can.
Okay. It's easier.
It's much easier to do that.
And one parent actually said the other part of that is a lot of them require letters of reference, which they've already started to do for their college process. So you have to go back to the teacher a second time. So if you know early, you can say, "Oh, and by the way, I need 2 letters."
Right.
Cut out a little bit of the stress on the teachers as well.
Yeah, it's what a great idea. So that's going to happen this Wednesday, November 19th, at the North Conway Community Center, from 6 to 8 p.m. Obviously, you don't have to be there for the full 2 hours. You're going to go in and drop in, grab a cupcake,
have something to eat,
and visit with the different organizations. And some, obviously, like you say, some are specific. The Dewey Mark is a skiing scholarship, so that will obviously, if you're a skier, would kind of view you that way.
Exactly.
But if not, there are plenty of opportunities. And I know I've gone through this process
a couple of times,
and know that there are specific things.
Right.
And I don't want to say that some of them are very easy to apply for.
Right.
Some do involve essays. Some involve a little bit more commitment on your part. But I think that's great too. And the thing is, kids are going to be doing this throughout their entire life. So why not start the process now? So,
kids just coming into high school should even consider. Families with kids that are just entering high school, come in now and start the process and learn what's out there, so that you can set up your high school years to make this very
exactly. You were talking about the volunteer time, and there's so many opportunities to volunteer in the Mount Washington Valley. And let's just say that it's you're not volunteering for the reward at the end, but isn't it nice for all the time you've spent that maybe there is a reward for that, which comes in the form of some of these scholarships. So
and we do have a couple of colleges that are sending people that deal with their scholarship programs too. So those may be, as you said, easier scholarships because they're the colleges themselves.
Right. Well, that's terrific. So again, Wednesday night, and at the North Conway Community Center, 6 to 8 p.m. Drop in. And of course, Lisa, congratulations on your award. That's
Thank you so much.
Very fabulous. We know all the great things that you've done promoting all of these organizations. Of course, you'll have the fair in the springtime, correct?
We have the Cupcake Battle coming up in February. That's our next big thing. And actually, we're in talks with Art in the Park to pick up the piece that the Realtors did last year and move the fair to there.
Oh, there we go.
Because that worked out really well for everybody involved, so we're discussing that.
There you go. And now, so you guys have to run, both Paula and Lisa, back to the Masonic Lodge.
Yes.
Because talking about volunteering,
Yes,
talking about stuff,
yes.
they've got what? What's going on?
Their breakfast this morning is for Angels and Elves, and there was a huge crowd there, which is awesome. But we were serving, so we are going to run back there and continue serving. So anybody who hasn't eaten yet should come have a great breakfast.
And that's one of those things we were talking about it before, that almost the entire money made this morning, except a little bit they got to pay for the pancake syrup.
Right.
It goes right to Angels and Elves and to any of the organizations
Yes.
that they sponsor for their
And this
breakfast.
is generally a monthly thing. They have 2 in November because Angels and Elves, of course, it's
Right.
timely. And Bartlett Rec always has Breakfast with Santa the Sunday after Thanksgiving. So there are 2 in November,
So
but generally it's a monthly
shout out
thing.
to the Masonic Lodge for
Yeah,
that. So.
it's a pretty cool program.
Well, great.
Yeah.
All righty. And so don't forget the Scholarship Fair this Wednesday, and we'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.